We all know by now that Outsiders was going to be Juice WRLD's next album that he released in either late 2019 or early 2020. I don't really need to get into what happened or anything like that. I have a video talking about what happened to Outsiders. I have tons of videos breaking down the entire Outsiders situation, so if you're new here, make sure just to check those out. And also, I want to shout out my second channel, Complex Edits. If you guys are new here, make sure to check that channel out. We just got like 800 subscribers over there, so thank you guys for the support. I just did my first live stream over there a couple days ago, and I want to do another one soon. I also upload other kinds of videos over there. I have a weekly series and everything, so just make sure to check that out. Link to it's in the description down below. Alright, with all this being said, let's hop on into the video. So yeah, Outsiders was the last project that we know of the Juice was currently working on before he passed, minus any collab tapes that he might have been working on, like the one with Thug and whatever else he could have had going on behind the scenes. Juice did a couple Instagram lives where he would play snippets or songs from Outsiders, and Juice even said something about releasing a birthday album which was going to be Outsiders, and then he also kind of went further in and started talking more about how he has the next idea or concept for his album, which was going to be this album, Outsiders. Sadly, we're never going to get the actual version, at least the one that we know of the Juice was working on. He could have had a couple versions that he was working on, and maybe the label just ended up liking one version better, or Juice did, and that's why they did this. But we all know that they took some of the songs that were going to be on Outsiders and put them onto Legends Never Die. Some of the songs include Righteous, that was originally supposed to be the lead single, and when Juice passed away, that's what the label still did. They still carried out Righteous being released as the single, but instead of it being for Outsiders, it was for Legends Never Die. It's also rumored that Bad Boy was maybe supposed to be on Outsiders, but that also might have just been about to release for the Juice and Thug collab tape. We're not completely sure with that, but out of the songs that did leak the day when we got the whole Outsiders thing, Righteous was one of them. Hate the Other Side was one of them, except Leroy wasn't on that version at least. Up and Away was originally one of them, and supposedly Come and Go was also going to be on there, but not the EDM version. We're not quite sure with what was going to happen with that. And those are just a few songs that were going to be on Outsiders but ended up getting put on Legends Never Die instead. But there are still a few big songs like Burn and Sometimes that haven't been officially released yet, so I would assume that they're holding those off until we get the actual Outsiders. And we also know that Way Too Many was going to be, or is supposed to be, the intro for Outsiders. We've just known this. Not only does Juice say that in the song, but the producer DJ Scheme was asked if that was going to be released on his album, if he was going to put Way Too Many on his album Family, and he said that he wouldn't release that song because Juice told him personally that that was going to be the intro to his next album, Outsiders. But getting into the history of this album, it gets really confusing because you have a whole bunch of stories going everywhere. You have people like Ali saying stuff like, not a single song from Outsiders leaked, even though she's the one that told us that when Juice passed away, she didn't want to slow down on anything. She wanted everything to come out the way it was supposed to. She wanted the same wallet to come out, and that she talked about how Righteous was going to be the first single to release. Well, we know that Outsiders was going to be the album Juice was releasing, which means if Righteous was supposed to be the first single Ali still wanted to release because that's what Juice was going to do, that means Righteous was going to be a lead single to Outsiders, and they just ended up flipping it around and using it for Legends Never Die. So Ali likes to contradict herself a lot, and I always say don't always listen to like Ali or Lil Bibby or the label even, because not all of them have given us accurate information, and there's really no one to look for accurate information now that Juice isn't here, and we're never really going to know what they wanted to do. But we also know one thing that Chris on Films talked about in an Instagram live, that people asked him about Outsiders and if it was still going to come, and he said it wouldn't even be Outsiders anymore because some of those songs are already out or ended up on different projects, kind of hinting towards Legends Never Die, which means that even Chris on Films at least knew what we did about Outsiders, and that they just took a few songs from it and made their own album.
I mean, is Outsiders ever really going to drop? I mean, you guys keep talking about it, but that was what Juice was next album was going to be, but it didn't come out. So in my opinion, Outsiders will never drop because he wasn't here to make it. And I already know some of the songs that he was going to put on that album aren't on that album. So, or I mean, not that there is an album, but like are used for other things. You know what I mean? Like some songs that he would have wanted on Outsiders are already out for other things, you know what I mean, have already been out and stuff.
A lot of Juice fans agree that they should have just have released Outsiders and then after that move on to whatever they wanted to do. I don't even see why they wouldn't do that. I know Bibby said something about they didn't want the album to be glorifying drugs, but Juice's music doesn't glorify drugs. I mean, there might be a song here or there that I guess doesn't really have a deeper meaning. It's just more of a song to be a hard or hype song, but that's rarely the case when it comes to Juice WRLD music. And especially with this track list we had for Outsiders, if you're gonna take those songs and put them on Legends Never Die, then why say that the reason we didn't get Outsiders right away is because you didn't want to put out an album where Juice is glorifying or supporting drugs when you put some of those same songs on the album you released. And like I said, there could be a version of this album that no one knows about that this is why they took a few songs off. Maybe Juice had a more steady track list that he was going to use. We're just never going to know. I think it is undoubtable that we are going to get Outsiders. It's just not going to be the specific album that Juice might have wanted or the specific album that we might be thinking of. But we will for sure be getting Outsiders, at least within one of these albums we're going to be getting from Juice's management. Now, I don't think a question should even really come up for what happened to this project. We know it's just because Juice passed away. If Juice didn't pass away, we probably would have gotten this album. Probably not late 2019 because it didn't seem like that was going to happen. But I still do think we would have ended up getting it probably really early in 2020. Maybe around the same time Death Thirst to Love released. I'm not quite sure with that, but that's just what I think. And we also might have been getting Juice and Thug's album Slime World before Outsiders. We don't know because we don't know the original plan, which sucks, but this is everything we know and the history about Juice WRLD's Outsiders. Thank you guys for watching. If you are new here, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm doing a new Song of the Day theme, so if you guys are interested in being in one of the videos, just hit me up. All you have to do is own your beat and have a song that I enjoy, and you have a chance of it being in one of my future videos, so just let me know. You can hit me up on any of my social medias if you want to be in one of those. But moving on, I do have an Instagram that we just hit like 700 followers on, so thank you guys for the support on that. That's Complex Productions 999. I also have a Twitter that's Complex Discuss. We're getting close to 500 followers over there. I also have a SoundCloud where every single month I make a new playlist of music I'm listening to, and I have a fans music playlist that I try and update and put your guys' music in. So if you guys are new here, make sure to check all this stuff out. Link to everything's in the description down below, and like I said, link to my second channel is down there as well. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.